Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, for the ones still following this crazy story, I know it's been a roller coaster. Some may have been interested, some may have lost interest, but nonetheless, it's been a crazy one that a message can still be learned from, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I still choose to follow up on it. Now, I'm still also trying to gather some body cam footage from the whole incident that occurred. However, it's not accessible as of yet, but as soon as it's available, I'll definitely get it out to y'all. Now, as of 2 days ago, Zaria's autopsy had been revealed, and her cause of passing away had been made official. Some people said that she was stabbed, some said she was shot, some said she was even beat unconscious until she lost her life. However, we're going to get into what the official autopsy have said, and also go over Obie's cousin reacting to the news of her cause of unaliving, in which the cousin has been very boisterous on social media, very defensive when it comes to the rumors surrounding her cousin's name, and as she should. Could you imagine having to log on to social media, witness a situation that went viral, and then have to hear false rumors about somebody you know, which is a family member, that you know isn't true? I'll be defending him too if the rumors were in fact false. Now on the flip side, for the people that aren't familiar with the story, let's briefly break it down. Now Zaria Carr, aka Duchess Dior, and her husband, Sh0t Carr, aka the Frenchman, were battling with domestic violence issues along with infidelity issues within their marriage. Both individuals admitting to cheating on each other, and both admitted that they would oftenly put hands on each other whenever a problem arose. She didn't back down from him, and in fact, it seemed like she also enjoyed the toxic behavior that they both possessed. Now, both of them would oftenly go on Facebook Live and show the world their arguments, as they also would shed light on both of their deepest, darkest secrets, including discussing women and men they both slept with, even going as far as talking about STDs being spread amongst the two of them, which is kinda crazy. It got to a point where both of them went live exposing their personal life so much that people who watched them would encourage them to create their own TV show or podcast because they tuned in and were entertained. However, it seemed like this time around, things would take a turn for the worse, because unlike any other time, some things that were very sacred and supposed to be left in the streets was brought up by Duchess. They both were exposing each other's business, but Duchess would take it a little further as she started bringing up more personal issues concerning the Frenchman, which included the Frenchman trying to sleep with one of his close friend's girlfriends, tried to set up another friend of theirs to get robbed, but it was the last thing that triggered him, to the point where Duchess attempted to speak on it but didn't get to finish. The Frenchman threatened her the first time she mentioned a name called Udi, and told her that mentioning that name means that she must want a DIE. That's his exact words. Duchess may have thought he was playing like every other time they argued, but maybe she couldn't tell the difference because he this time was serious. Serious to the point where she attempted to speak on his name for the second time, and that's when all hell broke loose. The Frenchman told her straight up, "Now you got a DIE about that," and then for a short period of time, we didn't hear or see him in the live anymore. She still thought it was all jokes until someone asked her where Sh0t was, and in less than 10 seconds after that, she would flip the camera to show where he was, and boom, the live was over. We wouldn't know what actually happened to Duchess. All we know is that the live cut off, and police reports will state that Duchess passed away. Many thought she was stabbed because earlier in that live he grabbed a knife in the kitchen and threatened her then. So when we heard that she passed, it's only right to expect that she was stabbed, especially after not hearing any gunfire during the live. A GBI article would state that when police arrived, they found Duchess on the floor unconscious and never specify any blood or bullet casings on the scene. So no blood or bullets reported or any sign of shooting will lead us to believe that more than likely she was stabbed. Either that or the Frenchman beat her so bad that she was unconscious and passed away because she didn't receive help in time. But we were all totally wrong. A recent GBI article also updated, and it revealed that Duchess was in fact shot and unalive. It'll say, quote, update 6/25/2025. The investigation shows that Zaria Carr was physically assaulted prior to being shot and unalive by her husband, Sh0t Carr. So in layman's terms, Duchess was beat up by her husband first, and after beating her, he also shot her after. And to beat someone and then shoot them automatically after shows signs of it being a crime, passion, easily. Beating her wasn't enough, he had to make sure it was overkill and decided to shoot her, assuring that she wasn't going to live. So maybe his intention the whole time was to unalive her, with the pretense that he was also going to unalive himself anyway when he was caught, in which he did. Now I don't know why the original GBI article didn't specify any of this, because at first, all they said was that Duchess was found unconscious and they had to do an autopsy report to see what her cause of death was. But I'm sure it doesn't take much to realize that she was in fact shot at the crime scene, because I'm sure it had to either be blood somewhere or bullet casings. And if it wasn't any shells left, at least we know for a fact that it'll be blood or bullet wounds somewhere, indicating that she was shot. Now the updated article didn't specify how many times she was shot neither, so I guess we'll just have to wait for that one as well. However, Udi, aka Obie's cousin, will let us know that the Frenchman knew to off himself after information came out that he may have had involvement in Obie's passing, because if he didn't, street justice was going to catch up to him very quick, and he knew that. Stating that the Frenchman basically knew that he wasn't going to live long anyway, whether inside or outside of jail. From what Obie's cousin stated, she says that Obie and Sh0t was very close with each other. However, Sh0t was a snake. And she didn't get into detail about what happened to Obie, but she did say that Obie trusted him a lot, but Sh0t snaked him out and had a hand in his passing, and even went as far as going to his funeral, knowing that he had something to do with him not being here. Sheesh. Now with Duchess' cause of death coming out, Obie's cousin has something else to say pertaining to the situation. Y'all check this out.
Good morning, guys. I just want to give you guys a quick update. So, remember how I told you guys that I was assaulted? Well, we just found out that not only did he do what he usually do, put hands and feet on this girl, but the autopsy report has came back. And he also pew-pewed her. Sending my prayers and my love out to these beautiful babies, because everybody that's online defending him, y'all gotta be sick. Like, he literally put hands and feet on this girl till she was unconscious, and then he pew-pewed her as well. I keep telling y'all, he wanted to make sure she didn't make it. Rest in peace to Zaria.
So there you have it. Quick update for y'all that was wondering what was going on within this case. If you ask me, to this day, I still say they both played a part in this. However, Sh0t will always be absolutely wrong, because at no point are you supposed to play God and take somebody's life. It's just as simple as that. I also think the friends that were around were also enablers, because it seemed like everyone that knew of the situation or was close to it egged it on because they was entertained. And the reason they acted the way they both did is because they realized that they had an audience. And the friend that was on the phone that night, she also was egging it on because she was instigating and throwing in her 2 cents, no matter how much she tries to act like she didn't play a part. So it is what it is, y'all. Also, I keep stressing the fact that root work was involved, where they both made it clear that Sh0t put a love spell on Duchess. And as I told y'all before, you do not play with that, especially if you don't know what you're doing. I think that also played a very, very significant part. And people ask, well, why didn't she leave, or why didn't he leave? Well, it was deeper than that, and now we clearly know why. They was playing with root work, and even his mother, who posted a Facebook post to let people know what was going on, she said that he did leave, but for some reason he went back. And not only did he go back, he went back after finding her having sex with another man while she was in their bed. So do you know how much it takes to go back to a person that you found in a bed that y'all shared having intercourse? It was much deeper than just the physical. To be honest with you, I think that spell played a lot, and for y'all that know, y'all know. So that's pretty much it, man. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. I'm out.